and older, and the players have to look after my heart. And and we had so many situations where we could decide it. Also, the keeper saved 1-2. We are not clinical enough, and this is, but it's still at the beginning of the season, so it's maybe good not to be on your top level at the beginning. So we need to be on the top level in the crunch time.
How difficult a period is this?
Yeah, it's tough. Of course it is. I mean, the results are not what we want at all. And I feel for the players, I feel for the supporters, I feel for everybody connected with the club, because, it is a tough time. And, you're trying to find the answer. And I think that's what we have to do. We have to try to sit together and find a solution.
Well, a good win and a great start to the season for Crystal Palace, Wayne. But yet again, West Ham undone by a set piece. 7 of the 13 goals they've conceded this season have been from corners.
Yeah, they've been really poor from set pieces, and conceding 7 goals already this season is too many. And if we look here, they've picked players up. Wan-Bissaka here, you see, he's very tight, but then Cucurella gets a flick on, and then that can happen. Wan-Bissaka just doesn't get off the ground here. But again here, Caicedo comes round the back, second ball again, not reacting to the ball coming in.
And this
Chalobah,
has been a long time coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, this is Chelsea a few weeks ago. Again, second ball. And if you look here, you've got 4 players in the Spurs game at the front post. They don't once check the shoulder, they don't look over the shoulder to see who's coming in behind them, to see if they can get a block or get a header on the ball. And then the ball comes in the box, then Bergvall and Paulina, clever, block the West Ham defenders here, and then Sarr at the back post, gets an easy header and a good goal. And then if we look at the goal today with Palace, it's a 3v2 by the penalty area. So there's Guéhi gets free, completely free header, and the ball comes in, completely free header. Motd on the goalkeeper, no one marking him, and Mavropanos, instead of going back to get into Motd, he goes on the goal line, and then that's too late, and Crystal Palace score another set-piece goal. And Graham Potter said that they've been working on the set-pieces, and as a coach, when you're working, you're putting the work in, then that's all he can do. He can keep working to try and stop it.
He's being asked more and more difficult questions now, Graham Potter, and he is under real pressure. He was under pressure before this game. How much threat is there on his future now?
Huge threat. I mean, the numbers of Lopetegui there got him the sack, and Graham Potter's a worse average per game if you go through the metrics there. Look, they don't make enough chances. They don't look a threat. Yes, the set plays are really poor, but if you're not scoring the other end and you're not finding it easy to make chances and getting the fans off the seat and scoring some goals, then it's real trouble for him, and he's got to find some wins, and really quickly.
So it's been a really difficult start to the season for West Ham and for Graham Potter.
Home games, 3 defeats, all in London derbies. How concerned are you, Glenn, for Potter?
Yeah, obviously, Graham, he's not going to... He'll switch off from whether his job's on the line and all that, but it's about keeping the fans happy there, and he hasn't done that. The only problem for me is, since he came in, I've not seen a big difference. Normally, a new manager comes in and you get a little bounce, you get a bounce from it. I haven't seen a difference in the way they play, and so I think that they're in for a really tough season. They really are. He's got to get some wins from somewhere, particularly at home. You know, if they're going to be fighting down that relegation zone all year long, it's going to be their home results. And at the moment, the fans are making it difficult. They're quite demanding, the West Ham fans, and obviously there was a protest before the game. So a house divided will always fall. They've got to come together, as Graham just said, they're players, fans and management, people above them as well, and they've got to work hard at getting this club back where they were a few seasons ago.
For Crystal Palace, though, great start to the season, still unbeaten. Jean-Philippe Mateta got the scoring underway. 5 goals in 6 games against West Ham. It's like he knows every time he plays them, it's going to score. Is that how it works?
And he's bullying the defense. I mean, he's a big guy, and you know that he can take advantage of the defender. He's in this goal in the right place at the right moment. Just put it in the back of the net. It's again a freak. It's again a set piece. Causing trouble in the box, and then when you're a striker, you try to read to be in the right place at the right moment. And here again, direct football, putting the ball in the box, just where the goalkeeper cannot go out, and you're causing trouble. Of course, a bit of luck when you're clearing the ball, but that connection And that finishing, oh, exquisite. I mean, it's not easy to connect with the ball like this, especially from the volley. But this goal was great.
I think Oliver Glasner's been incredible with what he's done with Palace. They've won the FA Cup. They're playing in Europe. They've lost what probably is their best player in Eze, and yet they still, you know, in his interview every day, we've got to improve. And yet they are improving. He's lost key players, but they don't look any different without them players, and that's got a lot of credit comes to the manager and his staff and the spirit that they've got there. Because we were looking at that game half and half because we had other games to watch, but every time I looked at it, Palace were on the attack and West Ham were on the back foot. So, you know, they've gone away from home. If they're at home, they do a brilliant job. He's done a fantastic job.
Going into round 5, it was Crystal Palace, Chelsea and Liverpool who were still unbeaten. With Chelsea losing today, that means it's only Palace and Liverpool who are unbeaten, and they play each other next.
I think overall was it very good in many phases. We gave the 2 goals away, which is one is mistake, one this offside. Besides that, defended well, aggressive in high pressure, very good phase 1, 2 and 3, created opportunities, and then their mentality and physical look. I love that.
It doesn't feel great. It's a little bit unlucky the result for us, but overall I saw a lot of positive things. We did some good steps forward. We had a lot of energy on the pitch, good intensity. So I thought we did enough to win this game. In the end, of course, Tottenham also had chances. They created, they had a good energy. So it was a tough game, 50-50 game, but like I said, we conceded in the wrong moments and the bad timings, the goals, and therefore, yeah, it's only a draw for us.
You've hit some spectacular goals, and how about that one today? Was that one of your best?
No. It was a good one, but not my best.
It was swerving though, wasn't it? Made it very difficult for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he told me afterwards the movement was good, and yeah, I'm happy about the goal.
Well, look forward to seeing his best when it does arrive, because that was a great goal. Look, as far as Spurs are concerned, they go 2-0 down, arguably against the run of play. What did you make of their response to that, Danny?
Outstanding in so many ways. I think he spoke about it there, Thomas Frank, but Udogie coming to the team, he was terrific. He hasn't started, but players taking responsibility is what a manager wants to see. You're 2-0 down, men in the box. This is at 2-0 down, from 2-0 down. Still getting men in the box, still brave enough to get on the ball and make chances. Pressing, the intensity, the attitude is still there to do the job, but structured. It wasn't chaotic. It was really well done. And this is the goal that they end up getting eventually through Richarlison, which gave them confidence to get back in the game. Second half, more of the same. Bergvall with his wonderful physicality. I have to say as well, this team's so fit. So well organised. Kudus, outstanding again, causing all sorts of problems. Simmons came off the bench, made a difference. Nearly moment there. But they just kept going. And they really limited Brighton to very few chances, which is difficult to do when you're throwing men forward and really trying to get back in the game. Again, Kudus. Simmons there should do better with his technical ability. Paulina doing what I'm talking about, the hard yards, breaking up play. And again, players taking responsibility to run at people, to beat players, to try and make passes that are progressive and forward-thinking. Weak finish from Richarlison, but in the end, you know, they got their rewards, and I think on their performance, they deserved a win, to be honest. But they'll be happy with the point after going 2 behind. Again, working the ball and then putting crosses into the box. You've got 4 men in there again. If you keep putting crosses in the box and get men going in with intent, you're going to get goals. But terrific performance.
I mean, Thomas Frank suggesting that might be their best performance of the season so far. What can they achieve if they carry on that trajectory, do you think?
Well, I think top 4 has to be their ambition. You know, you really have to think that, because they've got a really good squad now, competition for places, and capable of winning games against Brighton. Drawing Brighton and winning at Man City away from home is a great start for them.